Hi guys, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm, or this is my final video for today. I know I've been uploading several videos and everything and all that, and I do apologize big time for that, but I kind of want to announce I'm doing a project for Christmas time, and I do appreciate Peter Likes Books directing me the attention of several books that are Christmas themed, that are like horror, and all that. And so I have started on four Christmas horror themed books. And this is thus the season for sorry. I'll be hold on a second, where is it? I'll Be Alone for Christmas, a thriller novella. That has 22 chapters in it, and I am reading a single chapter a day for the next 22 days. And it's about this woman. Let's see here. About this woman. Alright, so it says here, so her name is Romy, and she is, she's with her boyfriend for 2 years. He decides to break up with her, and she cannot get her refund for a cabin, so she decides, because none of her friends want to come with her, and her mother is too old and too far away to do this as well, that she is basically going to go by herself. There's 22 chapters in the book. I have already read chapter 1 of the book, so every day for between 22 and 25 days, I will be, now take it back, it might be, one of them might be a little earlier, because I'll tell you about that one a little bit. But the first one I'm reading, I'll give you the title. I'll Be Alone for Christmas. I'm going to say that one thing I don't like about this cover is you cannot read the title of it just by looking at the cover. I guess you have to buy the book, and I really doubt you would be able to see the title of it. So here's a piece of advice for people that are trying to write books. Make sure that people can actually read your title. That's my only complaint so far of the book. So every day I'll be reading a chapter for the next 22 days, and we'll be all jolly and bright. The next one I am reading is 25 Gifts of Terror by Boris Basic, if that's how you pronounce the name. So I read the first one. It is an Advent horror book, and I read the first day, which is like December 1st. And it starts off with this guy who basically he lives in Finland. He's not a citizen of Finland, but he lives in Finland, and he is basically, he doesn't really have, any money. Yeah, he had money when he moved to Finland, but he doesn't have money now, and he decides to work at Santa's village. And it turns out to be pure terror. This man does not survive the probationary period. He's actually given a check, which does not last long, and he ends up having to move back to the States, where he has to move back in with his abusive father. And every now and then, he sees the elves. And he sees shit that you should not see at all. So, yeah. That was an interesting one itself. So, yeah. Then I then I discovered that Sam Whitaker published a book called, my brother's coming in. I bought a haunted Christmas tree farm. I found out about this from Peter likes books. And so I had to pick it up. It is a 25 chapter advent calendar, and it's about this family that is literally, they're on their last leg. So his uncle dies, and in the will he inherits the tree farm, and there's this shadowy figure that he sees that he doesn't really see like fully. But I did enjoy the haunted Thanksgiving table. I know Peter, he said that the book was not good. I don't care. I enjoyed it, and that's all that matters. Then the fourth book that I started reading, I'm on chapter 5, is The Winter Visitor by B.P. Walter. This is like, I believe there's like 42 chapters in the book, so I will have the book read probably by the end of this week. So it'll probably be, I'll probably have it read like by, let's see here, I'll have it done next week. And then I will pick up his next book. I also am going to pick up the second book after this one, after I'll Be Alone for Christmas. So, The Winter Visitor is basically about this family that has this big secret that they don't want anyone to know about, and unfortunately, secrets have a bad habit of coming out. And interestingly enough, there's this guy, he finds this like dead body, and his son is a typical little boy, like he doesn't quite, he kind of wants to be like the center of attention. He's like, I'm hungry and everything. And what ends up happening is when he finds out that the police are coming, he's like really excited because he's like a little boy, and he's like fascinated by the police because, they're bigger than him and they have guns. So I am really excited about these four books. I will tell you right now, as I do this video, I have 407 books I have read this year. This will get me past to 400, probably be 411. However, I do have other books that I'm almost done reading. I'm 62% on The Furies of Cauldron by Jim Butcher. I will tell you about that book so far. I have no desire to pick up the second book quickly. I will probably pick up the second book if I'm desperate for something to read. I'm sorry, but The Dresden Files is one of his better series, and I'm not really a fan of this book, like I wasn't really a fan of his steampunk one. So yeah, that's my complaint about that particular book. Also, I am 57% done with Perfect Heat by Nick Saint. That's the one that has the baker that was discovered in his oven. Like, those big ovens that they used to make pizza? The woman found him golden brown in his own oven. Okay, that is a bad way to go. Then I am a little over 50% done with Welcome to Murder Island. Hold on a second. Okay. No, let me take that back. I am 72% done with Welcome to Murder Island. And then I got the book. It's written by Robert Bloch. Not Bloch. I can't pronounce it. The title of the book is Psycho, a novel. This is the one with Norman Bates and his mother. Yeah, I sold this one for 99 cents on Amazon. And I'm like, heck yeah, I'm going to read some Psycho this winter. Um, my brother will probably have some comments about that. I did pick up Silent Night, Deadly Night, which is book 4 in the year-round Christmas one. Um, and then I am 50% done with the Nightshade God, which is really good. I do plan on to try to finish that book by the end of the week or the beginning of next week. So yeah, so I am really on track to my goal. I don't have it down on my Kindle, not my Kindle, my Goodreads, because I'm getting really sick and tired of like editing my reading thing, because it's like we got like 4.5 weeks to go before the end of the year when everything resets back to zero. I have gotten to the point I'm just not interested in basically, updating my reading. So I just be like, I'm just going to read my books, finish the year off, and whatever amount that I get to is the final count of books that I've read. All right, so yeah, this also goes by like my whole goal for next year, which is not really care how many books I read on, gets recorded by Goodreads, as long as I'm reading something. Anyways, so that's my video for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I am not going to be back until the 3rd. I actually do have a video already uploaded. Oh, no, let me rephrase that. I'll be back tomorrow because I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing this every day to kind of give you guys a feeling of like the book, especially the 25 Days of Terror. And that really, I'm going to be honest, it was supposed to be about this guy that's kind of like a recluse, and he gets like 25 presents, and they kind of get more and more disturbing. I do not know if it's going to be the same guy in the 2nd chapter as it was in the 1st chapter, but I will tell you something, guys. Having a woman having her leg ripped off and it looks like a gingerbread leg, okay. Like, wow. And I think I kind of get where the author got this from. This is my own personal opinion, and then I will in the book. In the video. So on TikTok, they have this channel where you got people like, congratulations, you have been hired as a night clerk at blah blah blah. And then they tell you the rules in order to survive your job. It just feels like that was like the 1st chapter was definitely set up that way, because I was like, dang, this feels like a TikTok video that I watched. But as I said, we'll see if the character in the 1st chapter is the same character in the 2nd chapter. I would really love to find out. So tomorrow when I wake up, I will go ahead and start chapter 2 of the 25 Days of Terror or Horror, one of the two. And also I will be reading chapters 5. Hopefully I can read chapters 5 through 10 before I have to go to work. If not, if I feel like I'm not going to be able to do that, I'll just wait to get home and I'll read that. But I definitely want to read, I'll probably go ahead and read the 5 through 10 when I get home. But I definitely want to read chapter 2 of I'll Be Alone for Christmas. And definitely chapter 2 of I Bought a Haunted Christmas Tree Farm. So I'm very excited about that. I should be awake and cheery because I do intend to read the next chapter in the thing with Jim Butcher. But yeah, So anyways, that is my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see all of you guys in the next video. Bye.